They're trying to make our choices, so we scream loud, loud, loud. And oh, I know you feel the lightning, and it's so exciting. So here we go. You can't stop the thrill from going. You can't stop the world from knowing. The truth will set you free. You can't stop the thrill from going. You can't stop the world from knowing. The truth will set you free. You can't stop the thrill. You can't stop the thrill. You can't stop the thrill. No, you can't stop the thrill.
Okay, people, ready positions. We are live in 5, 4, 3.
Wrestler Volleyball is on the air.
And it is match point Central. Back row, Moyle is there. Outside set, Burnson down the line. That'll be a CWC winner.
Wrestler Volleyball is brought to you in part by Dwight Dodd, reminding you to buckle up every ride, every time, and by Expressway Lube of Riverton and Lander. Wind River Cares, Papa Murphy's Pizza, Fly Riverton, Gales Carpet One, and Wind River Casino. Coming up, it's the pregame show with a look at Wrestler sports, an interview with the coach, and a look at the game. Wrestler Volleyball is on 88.1.
Fade in camera 2. Open mic, you call it.
Welcome you to Wrestler Gym on sophomore night. It's the final regular season home game for CWC, and I guess I just might as well preface that by saying it is the final home game of the year for CWC Volleyball, as they will be at Region 9 tournament play, and that'll be in Sterling, Colorado, starting Wednesday of next week. And 88.1 will be there, by the way, so if you can't catch the stream, you can catch it on 88.1 or be on the back side of the radio report from regionals next week. Good evening. I am John Gabrielson, flying solo tonight, missing my partner Joel Kindle, who is out taking care of some family business, and wish Joel and Nancy the best on their trip this weekend. But we get into CWC volleyball as the Rustlers take on Western Wyoming College here tonight. CW is 13-15 overall, enjoying their best season in both conference play and regular season play since 2012. Actually, since 2014. So in the last 5 years, the Rustlers haven't had a winning conference record, and they're working on that tonight. If nothing else, they'll finish at 500. Their 13 wins right now is the most, as I mentioned, since 2014 as well. They're taking on the conference frontrunner, who is 21-9 overall. They are 9-1 in conference play. That one loss for the Western Mustangs came to Central at Rock Springs in a marathon game that Central won 20-18. In Game 5 when they played. This is the 29th meeting, and actually I'm going to have to make that the 30th meeting between these two teams since 2006. Western leads it 21-8. CWC has won the last two. These two met in a, I thought, preseason scrimmage at the beginning of the year, but it has been posted on both websites as a game and counted against their overall record, and it was because it was on the first allowable date of competition. So Central actually has a 2-game win streak going on against Western Wyoming College, having beaten them and then in that first game August 22nd, and then beat them October 10th at Western. That stopped an 8-game streak that Western had built over the last 4 years over Central. So a big win for CWC. And actually, if you get down to it, that game on August 22nd stopped that streak. But as I mentioned, I did not know that that was actually a game that counted. but it's in both teams' records. Talking to our athletic director, Steve Barlow, he said it was because it happened on the first allowable date. So there you go. 13-15 Central, 6-5 in the conference, sits them fourth right now. They cannot finish lower than fourth. They could finish as high as second. Now, that would depend on Eastern and LCCC both losing both matches this weekend at Northwest College and Sheridan. And people would say that would be an unlikelihood, but it's why you play them, and stranger things have happened. So we'll get to those as things go on here tonight. I'll try to keep you up to date on the games that are being played at other places tonight. As I mentioned, Sheridan is at LCCC. Eastern is at Northwest. They will be playing in their game there. Down in the South Conference right now, Otero is taking on Lamar, and they're having trouble with their video stream. That one should have started at 6 o'clock this afternoon, but their TV screen is saying that that's delayed. The other game in the South Conference right now has Lamar at Trinidad State. Actually, excuse me, NJC is at Trinidad State. If the tournament were to start today, Central would be a 4 seed, and they would come on and they would have to play Trinidad State. Trinidad State 7-22 on their season, 1-7 in conference play. Now, that game would be on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock in Sterling. Like I said, we will be there with the Rustlers to broadcast that game, as well as the night before when the Rustler men take on NJC in some NJCAA college basketball. Speaking of, let's do a quick Rustler report, then we'll take a quick break and come back with our head coach interview, Darshea Gallard. But Rustler volleyball, as I mentioned, taking on Western Wyoming College. It's their final game of the regular season. It's their final home game of the year as they play the Mustangs. Our men's and women's cross-country teams are on the road next week. They're idle this week. The women won the Region 9 championship last week in Crete, Nebraska. 8 Rustlers will run in Albuquerque, New Mexico for the national championships. CWC basketball played today. The women's basketball team played 15th ranked Salt Lake. That was at Rock Springs, playing with only 3 subs. Lindsey Fearing's team battled the 15th ranked Bruins but fell 62-51. They had gotten down to 2 possessions late but fell by 11. Lexi Morgway scored 14, and Lonnie scored 15 in the loss for CWC. The Rustler men are 1-0 as they took on Lamar this afternoon in Rock Springs. They would defeat the Lopes 81-68. Darius Gwen led the way with 22, 4 in double figures, along with Jacob Smith's 15. Jalen Gentry had 14. James Wood had 14 as well, as the Central men win it by 11. As they are by 13, they won 81-68. The ladies fell by 11. That's been a quick Rustler report. Stay with us after a quick timeout. We are going to talk with our head coach, Darshea Gallard. So stay with us. This is your Rustler Radio pregame show. It's Rustlers versus Western here next on 88.1. The coach will come on board.
The Sports Scoreboard for Rustler Radio is sponsored by Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza. Customize any pizza with your favorite toppings, crust, and complete the order with a salad and a dessert. Our pizza, your oven. Not as crazy as it sounds. Papa Murphy's Pizza of Riverton, 1020 North Federal next to Dollar Tree at 856-TAKE. That's 856-8253 and online at papamurphys.com.
The Rustler season kickoff basketball camp will take place on November 9th and 10th at the CWC Gymnasium. We encourage all kindergarten through 8th grade boys, girls to come and attend camp. You can register at ourrecreation.com. This is a great opportunity to enhance your basketball skills and develop relationships with the CWC coaching staff and players. It's a CWC Rustler season kickoff basketball camp taking place on November 9th and 10th from 9 to 11. Visit ourrecreation.com for more information and to register online.
Talking with our head coach, Darshea Gallard, and it's kind of hard to believe that all of a sudden we're playing the last home game of the regular season.
I know, it just flies by. It's bittersweet, you know? Like, it's just, it's a hard night.
And I was going to say, we'll get to the harder part here towards the end of the interview, but last night, first of all, on-point Halloween costumes for you and assistant coach Kilner. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we decided to be men coaches, so.
And it worked out well. Talk about the match last night. I noticed a new old face out there, and Mary getting back out on the court.
Yeah, Mary, Elysia, it was great. We won in 3. We were down the third set like twice by 5 points and came back, and so it was a really exciting way to finish the third set and like come into today's match.
How did the process come about that Elysia and I guess Mary, who's been injured, but what was the thought process, I guess, on changing up the rotation a little bit?
Well, Mary's been playing really well in practice this week. And we also, Elysia, she just has such a positive attitude, and I had to figure out how to get her on the court. And my DSs weren't, fully showing up like how they normally do, so it gave her an opportunity, and she just does well. She's a true baller. And Mary, she's a true outside, and she's a strong hitter, and she did well for us. She had 12 kills and 6 errors, and it's just great to have her on the court also.
Western, this team this season has been kind of weird because as we've seen, you've beaten the top team on the conference, but we've lost to the bottom team on the conference, and now you get the top team on the conference again to go into the tournament with a little bit of momentum, hopefully.
Yeah. Western is a very exciting game, always a big rival for us, and, we've beat them twice this season, and we can do it again, but they are the top team in our region, and we have to play well and strong and focused. And do our jobs and stay even-minded throughout every ball, every point, no matter what happens. And this is exciting for us. It's sophomore night. We're going to play a lot of sophomores, and it'll be fun.
With that said, you kind of alluded to it on our sports show on Thursday, but what these 6 sophomores have meant to you, as you said, your first signing class. Yeah,
they are just incredible girls. Like, they've listened to me to the T, and have improved immensely, and have been a rock, to help me start a foundation for the program, and I really appreciate them, and I'm sad to see them go, but I'm excited to see where they'll go and where their paths will take them, because they're just great girls, great grades, great athletes, great personalities.
And the youngster gets on the interview as well here. What do you have to do well against Western tonight? I know they're the number 1 blocking team in the conference, and unfortunately last night, I guess fortunately, unfortunately, you had no blocks last night, but still 1 in 3, which means you did some other things right. What has got to happen for your team tonight to defeat Western?
We just have to swing aggressive, touch every ball, be scrappy, until the whistle's blown, because you got to keep playing. We got to play well, and we got to stay uplifted and focused as a team. We got blocks, but you only get a block if it ends the point. So if the other team's a good covering team, you might get blocks and not get blocking credit. So, we just have to do our job and do it well, and stay uplifted throughout everything, because this team is going to be good. They're going to challenge us, and they're going to want to win more than anything, since we're their only loss. Right. And so we have to just expect a stronger team than what we saw the first time, and we have to play stronger than what we did the first time too.
All right. Wish you the best of luck. I'll let you say your part.
All right, go Wrestlers.
It's our head coach, Darshea Gallard. You betcha. Stay with us. We will serve it up. It is Western and Central, the season finale, regular season finale for Central Wyoming College here on their home court and sophomore night.
Here in Central Wyoming, our wrestlers don't just envision groundbreaking work, they're part of it. Our wrestlers are storytellers of the stage. And at CWC, our wrestlers aren't just part of the school, they're part of the community. Not only in Riverton, the Jackson, Lander, and the Wind River Reservation. If you're ready to be a wrestler, check out more at cwc.edu and make your way out here at Central Wyoming College.
Sponsorship of Wrestler Athletics on 88.1 comes from FlyRiverton.com, offering daily flights from Riverton Regional Airport to Sheridan and to Denver International in a 50-passenger jet. Fly Riverton is now a partner with United Airlines, which means you can book flights from Riverton to any of over 300 destinations serviced by United, and your luggage will be transferred automatically. The flight features in-cabin service, and TSA check-in at Riverton is included. More information can be found at FlyRiverton.com or at United.com.
The Sports Scoreboard for Rustler Radio is sponsored by Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza. Customize any pizza with your favorite toppings, crust, and complete the order with a salad and a dessert. Our pizza, your oven. Not as crazy as it sounds. Papa Murphy's Pizza of Riverton, 1020 North Federal next to Dollar Tree at 856-TAKE. That's 856-8253 and online at papamurphys.com.
Getting ready for CWC volleyball as they take on Western Wyoming College, and it is sophomore night. And with that, we're going to be turning it over to our PA announcer and athletic director, Steve Barlow, here in just a moment, as 6 sophomores play at home for the final time here tonight. And they are Kamiri Robinson from Richfield Wildcats, Utah. You're also looking at Mackenzie McDonald, Mackey, out of the Pine Creek Eagles, her former team. Matitsi's Longhorns, Maddie May. Aubrey Watcott, who was a Syracuse Titan. Also Taylin Thompson, a former Riverton Wolverine, and Carly Connor of the Prince George Condors. And let's turn it over to Steve Barlow, our athletic director, and our PA announcer, as we are working at the sophomore night presentation.
Thanks, Steve. Hi, thank you so much for making it out tonight and coming here to be at our last home game and honoring our sophomores. Woo! So, this is my first recruiting class, and I'm really proud of them. They've just touched my life and have really helped me make a foundation for this program. So Aubrey Watcott, Aubrey blew me away with her work ethic and her precision. Not only was she a machine when it came to sets, she had an amazing personality, kind and always uplifting. Her relaxed energy on the court provided our team with the ability to win. Aubrey is a great setter, captain, and leader on and off the court. I'm so excited to see where her journey will take her and know she will continue to impact people wherever she goes. So, oh, and parents, you're welcome to, yeah, okay. You're welcome to come down and stand by her if you want. Carly Connor. Carly has such a fun personality. She came in with a strong volleyball IQ and beach background. She is one of the smartest young ladies I know, and her mind will take her far. It has been a pleasure to work with her in my favorite middle blocking position and watch her grow as a player and mature into a young lady. Mackie McDonald. Mackie McDonald, wow, one of the best improved players in the program. She has surprised me with her focus and dedication to volleyball. She has always listened to me and respected me. She is the type of player that can play anywhere and always helps her team tremendously with attacks and blocks. She, again, has been a detrimental part of this program, and I'm so happy to have recruited her and so glad that the time put into her has blossomed into a solid volleyball player. Kamiri Robinson. Cam's love and focus for volleyball has helped her be an essential part to this program. Her serve is one of the most difficult serves to receive. She follows my instruction to a T with talking loud. She is so sweet and a character to be around. Her morals are pure and true, and she will be so blessed in her future path. Tay. Wow, Maddie, a hidden gem in Matitsi. Maddie is always the first to volunteer to do anything for the program. She works hard on the court and never complains. She is another player that has improved so much in defense and serving. She is a wholehearted good person. Taylin Thompson. Tay was a nice last-minute surprise, and I'm so glad I gave her this opportunity to be part of the CWC volleyball program because we have benefited a lot from her with her consistent passing and positive attitude. She is a light to be around, and I hope she goes far in our future.
Coach Gallard talking about our sophomores. Aubrey Whatcott had 48 assists last night, and in going through the archives, 48 is the most in a single match since at least 2012, if not before, as some of the game archives not actually being able to access in there. But there you see all of our 6 sophomores here on sophomore night tonight at Rustler Gym. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a few minutes, so we on radio will step aside for that as they get some final pictures taken here with the sophomores. 6 is about the most we've had in a while, I think, on sophomore night.
Thank you so much. Play ball.
That is our coach, Darshea Gallard. And like I said, I believe as soon as we get the court cleared, we're going to hit a national anthem, and then we'll come back and get you familiar with these two teams. Western leading the conference at 9-1. Central sitting 4th, maybe hoping for a chance to move up in this standings. They're going to need some help on the other side. And it's weird because Central does have the tiebreaker against Eastern, who sits 2nd, but they don't have a tiebreaker against LCCC, who is sitting 3rd right now. So national anthem is coming up. We'll come back after this for volleyball on 88.1.
Gales Carpet One supports CWC and Rustler Athletics. These competitors are more than athletes, they're students too, and Gales knows that is important on so many levels. Gales Carpet One is proud to invest in our community college and Rustler athletes. They wish the best to the Rustlers this season. Located in downtown Riverton, on Facebook, or online at galescarpet1riverton.com.
Are you wanting to attend CWC in 2020? If so, you will want to apply for scholarships. The first step is to apply for federal aid by going to fafsa.gov. Then you will want to apply for scholarships by going to cwc.edu/scholarships. Both the FAFSA and the scholarship application are open now. If you need assistance or have questions, call us at 855-2119 or visit cwc.edu. You can also text scholarships to 855-2119. Remember, by applying earlier, you increase the chance of receiving funding, so apply today.
KCWC FM Riverton.
Let's head back to your PA announcer, Steve Barlow.
Number 1, Kirsten Gourlay. Number 4, Michaela Sorensen. Number 5, Brooke Lorscher. Number 6, Bailey Lorcher. Number 7, Hannah Lehman. Number 9, Shelby Squires. Number 10, Jada Wims. Number 12, Jaden Robeson. Number 16, Ramsey Joaquina. Number 17, Savannah Lopez. Number 20, Adjahona Archuleta. Number 25, Abigail Harper. Number 32, Tiana Otu.
Who does not appear to be
Western
here.
is coached by head coach Frida Soto, and she's assisted by Teresa Algeyer. And now for your Rustlers. Number 1, Alicia Glovax. Number 3, Sage Burnson. Number 4, Ava Chucky Rasmussen. Number 5, Kamari Robeson. Number 6, Mary Moyle. Number 7, Abigail Van Vossen. Number 8, Jaden Daffer. Number 9, Mackenzie McDonald. Number 10, Maddie May. Number 13, Aubrey Watcott. Number 14, Peyton Williams. Number 17, Taylon Thompson. Number 18, Riley Boyle. And number 19, Carly Connor. The wrestlers are coached by head coach Darshea Gallard, and she's assisted by Jennifer Kellner. Tonight's officials are Mickey Chambers and Amber
Central in their orange unis, the white numbers in black trim. On the other side, the Western Wyoming College Mustangs in their black unis, red numbers, white accents. Fred Ann Soto in her second year taking on Darshea Gallard in her third year. And besides Angel Sharman, who's been at Casper for about a quarter of a century, they are the wily veterans of the Mountain West, of the Region 9 North, as there's 4 first-year coaches. Other games going on tonight. Eastern is at Northwest College, and Northwest out to a 3-0 lead early in that ball game. Sheridan is hosting Laramie County. They're a ways away from getting started on that game because there was a men's basketball game prior to their start time at 7, so they're not going to get started till close to 7:30 in that ball game. Otero is at Lamar, and their broadcast is not working whatsoever. And right now, NJC and Trinidad State are 6-5 in set number 1 in their event going on south in Colorado, way down there in Trinidad State. Fred Ann Soto's team says they got the target on their backs and they like it. They lost, let's see here, they would start the season losing about their first 6 of their first 8 or thereabouts, and then took off on a run and won 14 in a row at one point. And I'm like, what was the difference? And she said it was a change in the lineup, not changing people, but just putting different people in different lineups. As Kamiri Robinson will start with an ace. That's where she left off last night, as she had 4 aces in the W last night. And Kamiri Robinson starts out with an ace here tonight, and it's 1-0. Kamiri's serve number 2. And they're going to go to the outside, and throwing it wide is Bailey Lurcher, the 5'8 sophomore from Morgan, Utah. And it's 2-0 CWC out in front. We're 7-11 at KCWC FM Riverton. John Gabrielson behind the mic, and we'll talk about our student broadcast crew coming up here in just a minute. As Lurcher is dug by Daffer, outside Burnson, off the block and tally. And C-Dub out to a quick 3-0 advantage. Sage Burnson with her first kill of the night. Sage last night had 16. Last week, Sage had 28 kills in a match. That's the most that I've been able to research since 2012, as the previous high of that was 23, set by Kaylin Dahlke and Kiara Skinner. Finally, Jada Wims gets free, and Jada, who is number 2 in hitting percentage in Region 9, finds pay dirt and gets Western on the board. Jada, maybe her forte more than hitting is blocking. She's ranked 9th in solo blocks in the country, and there's an ace by Michaela Sorensen as she repays the favor on the other side. She ranks 9th in solo blocks, 12th in assisted blocks in the country, does Jada Wims, number 10 in the middle of the net right now for the Western Mustangs. Captain Michaela Sorensen, a 5'11 sophomore from Smithfield, Utah, serving. Maddie May will receive as they start several different sophomores, and then Sage Burnson's shot goes wide. She'll stop to tie her shoe, and we're tied at 3 apiece. Sorensen, by the way, has a ton of blocks, a ton of assists, 976 on the season. 9th in the country in assists is Sorensen. Burnson with a nice dig by Gourlay, and then they will free ball it back over. Maddie May is there. Watcott. Ball is in by Ava Rasmussen, and Ava will get her first kill. And Carly Connor will check in to play the front row for Central, our favorite Canadian. I'd say hi to Sean, but he's in the crowd tonight in attendance from British Columbia. On the back set, Wims going to be blocked, but it blocks out. She tools the block, and Jada Wims with her second kill, and we are tied once again. Mentioned Fred Ansoto in her second year as a head coach. She has been coaching for well over a quarter of a century herself. She played her college ball in Casper, and Bailey Lorcher serves that into the net. And our first service error of the match, Alicia Glovax will check into the ball game for Maddie May. And Glovax will play on the outside left side. Aubrey Whatcott thanks her mom and dad for supporting and putting up with her, and unfortunately sends that one long as service errors come in pairs. And we are even in that category now. 5-5 our score. Wims will serve. We're early on, game one from Central. Floater by Wims. Kamiri Robinson in the game. Ball is going to be brought back over, not going to be brought back over, and Western has their first lead as Aubrey got a touch at that at the net. It came back and she scooted out of the way, and the ball went to the back row, and Kamiri couldn't put it over the net. 6-5 Western. Wims with a short approach and a floater again. Aubrey sets middle. Burnson. Kill number 2 by Sage Burnson. Right down the middle, nobody home to pick that up. Mackie McDonald will check into the game. Central only played 8 players last night, and I found out just before the game some disciplinary issues, actually. More to the point of anything and a change of lineup there. And that ball sails wide on the serve by Sage Burnson. Last night, Central had 5 aces and 3 service errors. And they've got their second service error just 13 points into the match tonight. Brooke Lurcher serving. Aubrey backsets Glovax between the block, but a good dig. And then coming back the other way, someone was in the net, no call though, as Harper got that one to go down. Set middle, thrown over by Lopez, but Thompson is there, and they'll send it right back to Taylin. On the outside, Mackie McDonald swings, dig by Gourlay. Now back to Harper, top of the net and out, no touch, and we're tied at 7 apiece. Fred Ansoto played her volleyball at college. She still ranks number 10 in single season blocks with 232. She does have ties at Western. Her mom was on the very first volleyball team at Western as Central sends another serve errant. That is their third of the match already. And her father played basketball for Western Wyoming when the legendary Ken Rocklitz was the coach there, and then off up to Northwest, where I think they've named the gym after him there. Van Voskumi Rasmussen is going to be stuffed blocked by Savannah Lopez. And we'll have our first block of the night. That is one thing Central did not have last night, was a single block that ended a play. They had lots of blocks that touched and things like that, but not a block that would end a play, as that short serve is going to be an ace. And Coach Gallard wants a timeout. So a service ace by Western, and they have a 10-7 lead. Stay with us. Back with more in a moment. This is Rustler Volleyball on 88.1.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is proud of all student athletes, from hard-hitting football fields to commanding on the courts and across the beautiful cross-country treks. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is your biggest fan. Wind River Cares offers services specific to your athletic needs. Conveniently located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton, with more information found online at windrivercares.com.
Looking at some other scores from across Region 9. Eastern leading Northwest 15-5. Northwest led that 3-0, and then Eastern has outscored them 12-2 over the last points in that match, and now add another one. And Eastern out in front 16-5 in that one. Again, Sheridan and LCCC will not get after it for another 13 minutes as of yet. NJC leading Trinidad State 17-11. In set number 1 of their game going on down there in Trinidad, deep in southern Colorado. 10-7 going on here. I want to send a shout out to Fred Ansoto's husband Mario. Did not get to make the trip to watch his team, and after the ace, the service error out of the timeout for Abigail Harper. So we'll give her an A and then an E on top of that. And it's going to send in Maddie May to serve. Maddie sends a shout out to her family, says love you all and miss you here on sophomore night. Blocked by Whatcott and Rasmussen on the attempt out there by Lurcher. They'll bring it back over. Whatcott to Mackie McDonald, and they'll call Western in the net. And it's 10-9. Mario spending some time with his mom, who's undergoing some things. And Mario, we send a shout out to you. Thanks for being a fan of Rustler Broadcasts, and wish you and your mother the best down there in southwest Wyoming, as there's a Maddie May ace. On top of that, and Central out of the timeout has scored 3 straight and has brought this game even at 10 apiece. And that one does not clear the net, and it's already the 4th service error of the night. Central only had 3 service errors last night in the entire 3-set win over Casper. They have 4 already here this evening. Short serve, back set Mackey. She's going to tap it over. Brought back in 1 by Lurcher. Rasmussen will send it over. Gourlay is there. Bring it back to Lurcher. Cross court, dug by Daffer. Aubrey goes back set Maddie May. She'll go deep, but Gourlay, the libero, digs it. Wims throws deep, just past the outstretched arms of Taylin Thompson, and Jada Wims with her 3rd kill of the set and the night. 12-10. Little game of runs going on right now. Bailey Lurcher is the top killer on the team at 319. Michaela Sorensen, their best setter, at 976. Second best digger in the entire Region 9 is Kirsten Gourlay, as she serves, only behind Allie Puri of Sheridan. Set Wims, nice block by Central, Mackey and Rasmussen, and then another throw by Wims as she'll throw it past a diving Taylin Thompson along the back row. And we're going to see Sage Burnson checking in for Taylin Thompson. Taylin's got a kind of a wrap/splint on her right hand there, as noticed as she high-fives. So out of the timeout, Central scored 3 to draw it even, but now 3 straight by Western. Mackie McDonald blocks. Daffer trying to cover, can't. And a good stuff block by Michaela Sorensen. Second block for Western to terminate in the first set. Central has yet to get a termination block, as they trail 14-10 and a service error. Going to give the ball back to Central, and serving Kamiri Robinson. Thanks to her family for being her biggest supporter. She says, love you and miss you lots. And I think everybody's parents were here tonight, as Wims off the block, but Maddie May is there, and then Wims was in the net on her side. And that'll be a point for Central, as Robinson serving up again. 14-12, Western out in front. Short serve. Overpass. Whatcott throws it Campfire. Getting a piece of it was Lurcher, and they'll free ball it back over. Aubrey will go middle. Burnson taps right side past Wims, and she's got to tie that shoe for a second time tonight. But Sage will get her 3rd kill. 14-13. And a timeout called by Western Wyoming. A lot of action going on tonight across the county competing. We do have a very good crowd here tonight at Central, however, but lots to compete with. Riverton hosting a high school football playoff game against Jackson, and Jackson was taking care of the Wolverines. It was 26-0 at halftime when I lost track of that ball game. Lander is hosting tonight. They're hosting Powell in a first-round playoff game right now. Jackson leading Riverton, as I mentioned, 27-0 at half. Powell is defeating Lander 28-7 at half right now. So it's all west right now, as Star Valley already defeated Douglas 45-12. Cody is beating Worland 34-13. And again, Jackson and Powell beating Riverton and Lander respectively. And so that may be a west sweep over the east in the 3A playoffs. How about this score earlier today? Mountain View defeating Wheatland 72-0 in 2A football earlier today. 14-13 Western called the timeout. Robinson serving out of the timeout. And she attacked Brooke Lurcher, and Bailey Lurcher is going to be blocked. Brooke will send it back, and then Sorensen with a pretty good hammer, but dug by Daffer. Burnson dug by Daffer again. Back row, Kamiri has to stay on the ground. She does. They'll give a set to the outside to Sorensen. And Walcott will get it past, but Gourlay is there with the right arm, and then Sorensen will tally a kill. The center is out there hammering that ball down right now as Michaela Sorensen tallied a kill tonight. Kirsten Gourlay out of Snake River. Her sibling Cole Gourlay. We had the privilege of watching him in six-man football. I broadcast the Wyoming versus Nebraska All-Star game that was in Du Bois at one point. We named him our defensive player of the game, I do believe. So some athletes coming out of Star Valley as Jada Wims knocks that one in front of the CWC bench. 5 kills for Jada Wims. 5'8" sophomore from Roy, Utah. And it's back to a 3-point Western advantage. Sorensen goes after Robinson in the back corner. Back set, Ava's got to adjust. She'll send it deep. Lurcher swings and misses that one almost completely, does Bailey. And it will send the ball back to Central as Carly Connor comes into front. Ava Rasmussen to serve. She shouts out her older brother Dane, says, "What's up, bro?" That's our shout out on sophomore night from a freshman tonight, Ava Rasmussen. Chucky, they call her on the court. Lurcher, chicken winged back up in the air after it rolled on the tape. Burnson down the front of both Wims and Archuleta. And Burnson with kill number 4. 5'11" freshman out of Highland, Utah, and serving Rasmussen. Down by 1 Central on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. We are game 1. Tough serve, shanked a bit. Archuleta will bring it back. Wims will free ball it over. Whatcott, short set. Blocked and brought back up on a chicken wing. Ava from the back row puts that one under the net, unfortunately, as that one got away from her. And we'll see a substitution as Daffer will come back in to play the back row. 17-15 Western out in front, game number 1. As I mentioned on that Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard, NJC defeated Trinidad State in game 1 and has a 1-0 lead. By my calculations, as there's another block by Wims. By my calculations, Central will be playing Trinidad State at 10 a.m. on Wednesday morning, as they are 1-7 in their conference, 5th right now. If Central finishes 4th, which is probably the most likely scenario, they would play Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. at NJC against Trinidad State. Back row attack, Maddie May. Got a little mustard on it. Dug in the back row, though. Back set, Archuleta sends that one to the parking lot. And out, and Central will get it back. Goldbacks back in for Maddie May. Serving Aubrey Whatcott. Majoring in psychology. Wants to meet Jim Carey. That'd be fun. And then Harper puts that one across the bottom of the net. And it's a 1-point game now. Eastern took down Northwest 25-12 in their first set. So second place team in the conference trying to stay that way. Wims is blocked by Burnson and Connor. As Central gets their first block of the weekend that tallies points. 18 apiece, Aubrey serving. Harper, Archuleta back to Harper. Nice dig by Daffer along the outside line. This one's going to be tough at the net. Dug by Burnson, chicken winged over. Ball almost goes in the basket, but Lurcher's going to bring it back, and they'll free ball it over from Sorensen. Whatcott to Burnson. Tally another one, and Central's back out in front. 5 kills already in this first set for Sage Burnson. I mentioned a little while ago her 28 last weekend, a single game modern day record at Central as far as I've been able to research. Back set Archuleta, another block by Burnson and Connor. And with 5 to go, Central with a 2-point lead. 20-18. Timeout on the Papa Murphy scoreboard. Central 20 and Western 18. We'll take a quick timeout with them. Come back, finish game 1 after this on Rustler Media.
Central Wyoming College is committed to recognizing academic and activity-related achievement by offering merit scholarships annually. Apply now for general academic, activity, and program-specific scholarships for the academic year. The scholarship deadline is March 1st. Go to CWC.edu and search scholarships and apply online. Don't forget, the deadline to apply is March 1st. To find the latest information on Central Wyoming College scholarships, go to CWC.edu and search scholarships. You'll be glad you did.
I mentioned at one point that Central has an outside shot at the number 2 seed. However, Eastern and Sheridan would both have to lose tonight and tomorrow. But right now, Eastern is out on top of Northwest, 1-0, having won the first game 25-12. Sheridan and LCCC are still about a minute and a half away from actually getting their game started. They had a basketball game that a men's game as Sheridan College beat Rexburg United by 14 is all. And I say by all because Rexburg United usually gets drilled by a lot of these teams. They will be here in December. A men's and a women's team actually at Central. So Sheridan and LCCC about ready to get started. And NJC leading Trinidad 2-1 in their game down south. Central leading here 20-18 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Game number 1, Harper through the block, but Daffer digs it on the cross. Back set to Glovax, a touch and a block, and this comes right to me. I'll send it to Darche, and it's 21-18. Glovax with her first kill of the night. Haven't seen tonight. I thought maybe we would by now, but again, it is sophomore night. Is Harper with a tap, and it's picked up by Whatcott. Daffer sets it outside Burnson, blocked. Aubrey is there. Daffer again to Sage. Sage will swing harder this time, but Gourlay is there. Wims throws it deep corner again past Kamiri Robinson. That is 6 kills by Jada Wims, as she has done well with that little throw to that deep corner on both sides. And she will serve down by 2. Short floating serve, Daffer. Aubrey back sets to Carly Connor and hit this tape, I think. They wanted to touch, but don't get it. And it's 21-20. I thought maybe they'd call a double on Aubrey, as you can kind of see it come out of that two-handedly, but they didn't call that. And Wims serving again, down by 1, 21-20. Whatcott back sets Burnson. That one goes long and out. And it's 21 apiece. Wims another serve. They'll go at Sage this time. Aubrey goes outside. Nope, Sage down the middle and in. Sage is filling up my stat sheet with a couple of blocks and 6 kills. Unfortunately, there's one E in there, but we'll hope that that E doesn't take too much, as she will get an ace. And it's 23-21. third ace of the set by the Rustlers to combat the 4 service errors that they have so far. 23-21, that one is out. Service error number 5. 23-22, this one coming down to the wire on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Lurcher serving outside. Mackie McDonald blocked, but Daffer covers. Back row, Burnson. Little throw to the campfire. They're going to call a pancake on it, and they'll let it play. Aubrey to Mackey. She'll shovel it over. They'll call a carry on that one. And we're even at 23. Coach Gallard wondering about that pancake call, and now she'll call a timeout of her own. 23 apiece on the Papa Murphy's Take and Bake scoreboard. Gonna keep it right here as we'll hit a break as soon as this first set comes to an end. As Sheridan and LCCC going to be even further delayed, as it is sophomore night at LCCC, or excuse me, at Sheridan right now in that. And looking at earlier today, CWC basketball would split their opening games of the season. The women's team and second-year head coach Lindsey Fearing took on the 15th ranked team in the country, Salt Lake. They only had 3 subs due to 1 injury and 1 disciplinary issue, but they battled and fell by 11, 62-51. They were down by a couple of possessions late in the ball game, but couldn't get it connected. And they would get beat 62-51. The men's team on the other side took on Lamar, and they would win 81-68 under the direction of second-year head coach Brad Schmidt. Darius Gwynn scoring 22 points in that. And Central will play again tomorrow. The women will take on Colorado Northwestern 10 a.m. And the men will face Western Wyoming at noon. You can look for a link to watch both on our Rustler Radio Facebook page at 10 and noon for basketball tomorrow. Those of you watching on TV and on the internet could see Darcia Gallard talking with the official about that pancake again, but that's water gone by as Mackey swings, but a block will allow them to bring it back. Harper cross court, dug by Daffer. Sage from the back row sends it to their back row. Sorensen back to Harper again. That one is going to be in. And it's game point all of a sudden for Western. And I say all of a sudden like it was 23-23. It was going to be game point regardless. But now all of a sudden, 24-23. And serving is Brooke Lurcher. Central. Glovax touch. And that one's going to be knocked around by Harper and out of bounds. And Glovax will get another. Her second kill of the night. .24 apiece, Daffer. Sending back row Burnson. Little overpass. Aubrey is there. Daffer sets it outside to Glovax. She'll be blocked, but she'll have to chicken wing it back up as it was going to hit her. Burnson goes cross court. Here's an overpass. Mackey slams it down. Dug by Gourlay. Harper. Net and Daffer going after it. Can't get it. And Harper will get her first kill actually of the night. She's had a lot of swings, but her first kill. And it's back to game point Western again at 25-24. Playing a little overtime in game number 1. Aubrey back sets Alicia down the line. Gourlay back to Lurcher. Throws it deep corner. Sage got one hit, but that's going to do it. And that will be game 1 to the visitors from Western. 26-24. We go overtime in game 1. And it is 1-0 Western out in front on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Game 1 in the books, 1-0 Western. We'll be back after this timeout. You're tuned to volleyball on 88.1 Rustler Radio.
Wyoming basketball fans, the season is almost here, and single-game tickets for the Cowboys and Cowgirls are on sale now. Don't miss over 30 home games in the Dome of Doom this winter. The Cowboy non-conference schedule is highlighted by Oregon State on November 16th, while the Cowgirls host Colorado and Gonzaga. Get your tickets today at GoWIO.com or call 307-766-7220. We'll see you in the AA this season.
It's that time of year again.
Merry Christmas!
The holiday season is upon us and everyone's getting ready. But one man thinks it's all a bunch of humbug. Come watch Ebenezer Scrooge find his holiday spirit in the CWC production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
You have never seen the like of me before.
This is a classic story that everyone will enjoy. About hope, love, and the ability to change.
Can you forgive the pig-headed old fool?
At the Robert A. Peck Arts Center, November 14th through the 16th at 7 p.m. and again on Sunday the 17th at 2 p.m.
Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Tickets will be on sale at tickets.cwc.edu. That's tickets.cwc.edu.
God bless us, everyone.
Not only is there some playoff football going on in Fremont County, Shoshone hosting Southeast, which, by the way, Southeast leading that one 18-6 in the fourth quarter over the Wranglers in Shoshone. But Lander is taking on Powell, and that was 28-7 at halftime. They're now in the third quarter. Jackson obliterating Riverton right now 34-0 in the third quarter of that one, but a pretty good turnaround for a team that had only won one game in the last couple of years, the Riverton Wolverines getting into the playoffs. But there is also regional volleyball going on, and that is the 3A West going on in Lander. And you've also got the 1A, 2A West regionals going on at Riverton High School. Pinedale defeated Lander 3-2, however, and they will play for a regional championship. Lander will have to play to go to state, as they will play the winner of Big Piney and Powell, who are playing right now, as a matter of fact.
Hello, and up here at the top, former Scholar Valley player Riley Hatterley, former wrestler. Hello, welcome back.
Looking at former wrestlers coming back, Riley Hatterley, who went overseas after she graduated that semester last year, and a setter for the Rustlers. Game 1 to Western. They lead 1-0 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Eastern leads Northwest 1-0. Again, Sheridan and LCCC still not starting. They're 40 minutes late on theirs, as Burnson crushes one. Gourlay did a great job to get underneath that, but nobody else could give a second hit. And Sage will get kill number 7, and Central out to a 1-0 lead. Western is not the tallest team in the region by far, but they are defensively, they are all over the place. As Ava Rasmussen will send it to Lurcher, Sorensen to Wims, and when you jump like Jada Wims, you don't need to be real tall because she's got a good vertical, but she sends that one long and sends it out. Tallest player on the court is Archuleta at 6 foot. Abigail Harper, 5'11". Their setter, Sorensen, one of the taller players on the team, also at 5'11". But like I said, they are scrappy on defense, as Shelby Squires playing this set watches that one go wide. And again, not to beat a dead horse, but Central had only 3 service errors last night. They've already got 6 here this evening, and they lead 2-1. Whatcott setting Connor. Carly is blocked, but it goes off the antenna. And our favorite Canadian will get her first kill of the night to go along with a couple of blocks. Abby Van Vossen checking in for Alicia Glovax. Abby out of Ogden, Utah, 6'1" freshman. Did not play last night in the 3-set win. Wims rushing one just past the 10-foot line. Aubrey Whatcott was a little too far back, as that one was very close to the 10-foot line by Jada Wims. 7 kills for Jada tonight. And now she will serve. 9-1, the Mustangs. Their only loss to CWC, as the near side official now is looking at something at the scoring table. Everything's copacetic on the scorers table. Central, the 3-2 lead. Wims set middle. Burnson diving is it his lurcher, but Sage says not today. 8 kills for Sage. And for the first time on the home court in several games is Mary Moyle. She missed 9 matches with an injury as that ball's shanked. That'll be an ace. And Central out 4-2. Sage, second ace of the night, to go along with 8 kills and a couple of blocks. And I way overestimated my own stat keeping ability, as I thought I could do digs, but I can't. So we'll catch digs at the end. Wims sending that one deep. And Jada Wims will get another kill. 8 kills for Jada as she puts that directional. And Brooke Lurcher will serve now. 5-3 C-Dub out in front. Game 2. It's 1-0 Western on the big scoreboard for Papa Murphy's Pizza. Aubrey setting middle. Carly, and into the net is going to be Western. Great job by Lurcher to go get that. But Connor will tally. (13-11) is the kill category. Central right now overall in the match, but doesn't really count for much when you look at the big board. That's 1-0 as Harper is blocked by Rasmussen and Van Vossen. Ava, number 3 in hitting percentage in Region 9, also among the leaders in blocks as Harper goes past Sage Burnson for a kill. Abby Harper, 5'11" sophomore from Smithfield, Utah, and she will go back to serve. Mary Moyle, as I mentioned, last night she played, had 12 kills in the match as Ava Rasmussen sends that one wide. That one just kind of pinball all over after the serve, but Mary Moyle wearing that big knee brace on her left knee, missed 9 matches, played her first one in 9 matches last night, played well, had 12 kills in fact. Ball skims the tape, Daffer goes and gets it, and then Central's gonna crank it wide, and it's gonna be a 1-point game. Second ace of the night by Abigail Harper. Floating that one. Sage comes up to get it. Back set, Van Vossen. Kind of through the hands of Savannah Lopez as they'll go campfire, and that one's down, and Aubrey will get the kill. Right in the middle of that group by Aubrey Whatcott. Nice job by her.
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
Squires and Harper checked in and out just a little too quickly. Referee brought him back, and Squires will check back in. Squires, by the way, 5'7", Harper 5'11", so they'll lose a few inches along that back row. Glovax serving. Sorensen sends it outside Lurcher. They'll call a double on Sorensen, and it's 9-6 CWC. Back out in front again. NJC 3 points away from taking a 2-0 lead on Trinidad State. As I mentioned, the possible Wednesday opponent for Central. Block. Great dig by Squires, but nobody else could get there. As we get a timeout called. Good job by Whatcott and Moyle teaming up on that block. And we have a timeout on the floor. 7:48 in the PM here on a Friday night Central leading 10-6. They're down 1-0 to Western in the best of 5 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. We'll return after this with more volleyball on 88.1.
Support of Rustler Radio comes from the Buffalo Buffet inside the Wind River Casino. Open Thursday through Saturday from 4 to 10, the Buffalo Buffet serves prime rib, brisket, pork ribs, fried chicken, and many different salads and side dishes. The Buffalo Buffet inside the Wind River Hotel and Casino just south of Riverton on Highway 789. Open Thursday through Saturday from 4 to 10.
Couple of things I'll throw out there to you. One is if you're watching this online via RustlerAthletics.com, you can send us a shout out over in the right-hand side. There's a chat bar. You can say something to the broadcast crew. We'll get that out there for you if you want to shout it out on sophomore night. Also, a big thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media crew at Central Wyoming College. The new media degree providing us the television video angle from here. Amanda Nikoloff is actually running a camera tonight. Her and Shanna Miller on the upstairs cams. Angelo Sage, Ryan Whitehurst on the low cams down here on the floor. And Morgan Vanetti is our director, all by her lonesome, I think, in the control room tonight. Ball jousted at the net. Central gets it over. Sorensen sends it middle. Lurcher is going to be off the top of the net and out. And Central will tally, and they'll have their biggest lead of the night now at 11-6. Northwest coming back on Eastern, leading 23-16 in Game 2. They're down 1-0. Ball touched by Central, and a kill by Lurcher. Gourlay to serve. Product of Snake River High School and Bags, little sports powerhouse down there. Just talked to their football team that hasn't given up a point as Burnson crushes one, but Lurcher is there. The other one out there, and diving is Moyle, but another tally for Bailey Lurcher. Speaking of, what is our Rattler team up to this afternoon? They have just tied the state record for most consecutive wins by shutout, and that's an ace by Gourlay as Snake River defeated KC today 59-0. Snake River has not given up a point all season in football, and that in and of itself is a pretty big stat, but then you think it's six-man football, and that's huge as that ball skims off the ceilings. Burnson, nice dig by Brooke Lurcher. Cross court is in by Bailey, and then she gets punched in the mouth by a celebrating Kirsten Gourlay. 5-point lead evaporated now. It's a 1-point game, 11-10. Central led 11-6, but 4 straight by Gourlay and the Mustangs. Back set, Rasmussen, deep corner is in. Chucky with her second kill of the night. Moyle out. Burnson back into the front row, and serving is our two-sport athlete, Peyton Williams, a freshman from Syracuse. She'll be on the basketball team coming up here at the conclusion of the volleyball season, whenever that may be for the teams, as Lurcher goes cross, and we'll get another kill. Bailey, kill number 5. Archuleta back in. They list Archuleta from Evanston. Ajahana. 1-point game again, 12-11, Western out in front. Great sophomore night crowd as that one goes deep. Glovax is there. Outside Sage goes over the block, but Gourlay digs. Lurcher blocked again, and it falls in. Rasmussen and Whatcott blocking. (13-11). Central by 2. Back set. Lurcher off the block of Burnson. And Bailey kind of on fire now as she has got 6 kills. Jada Wims has 8, 2 of them here in this set. Sage Burnson has 8 to lead the Rustler attack on the other side. 13-12, Lurcher serving. Glovax with a bit of an overpass. They'll volleyball it at the net. That ball bounces long and goes over. I don't think that should count, and they finally whistle it dead. And they're going to give the ball to Western. Western had some crowd up in arms, up in the rafters, but referees, I think, making the right call on that one. And we're tied at 13s. Daffer, Burnson blocked by Wims. They're going to let it go, and it's out. And Sage Burnson with kill number 9. Van Vossen back in for Glovax. And speaking of Peyton Williams, as we talked about her a minute ago, she was also recruited for college basketball, but decided to come play volleyball here at Central. Now she's going to do both. Harper blocks. Carly Connor, the stuff block. Third block of the night for the Canadian, and it's 15-13. Central back out in front. Both of these games have been very close. That 5-point lead was about the biggest, but that, like I said, that evaporated quickly on Central. 15-13, Central by 2. Harper set outside Archuleta, blocked again by Connor. And Central with a 3-point lead now. Aubrey Whatcott still to serve. By the way, Carly Connor wants to give a shout out to all her friends back home who send her memes that Wyoming doesn't exist. As the third attempt by Central can't get anything accomplished on a block hit combination, and it'll be a point Western. Carly says a shout out to all her friends back home who send her memes about how Wyoming doesn't exist. I've seen those. They're hilarious, and if I didn't live in Wyoming, I would say you're right on, but we're here. So Aubrey outside Van Vossen. Wims will pick it up. Harper cross, dug by Daffer. Back set to Van Vossen. That one is stuffed and brought back up by Daffer. Sage through the block, picked up by Lurcher. Sorensen outside Harper. Off the block, Harper will get the kill. Abigail Harper, kill number 3. And again, it's a 1-point game. Western leads 1-0 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Northwest has evened it up with with Eastern Wyoming. They're at a game apiece as Northwest took the second game. They have finally begun in Sheridan as Burnson is going to be blocked. Nope, they'll call 4 that it wasn't blocked. And we're tied at 16 apiece here. And that'll be a timeout. LCCC leading Sheridan 15-12 in game number 1 of theirs. And NJC leading Trinidad State 2-0 in that ball game. We'll come back, take a look at some football scores after this break. 16 apiece in game 2. Western leads 1-0.
Are you thinking of going to college this coming fall, but don't know what steps you need to take? Did you know you have an 85% chance of getting some kind of financial aid to go to college? The EOC TRIO office can assist you with every step. The EOC TRIO program offers free help to anyone that is wanting to go to college. 851-0847 to set up an appointment today.
Taking a look at some football scores from first round of the playoffs. Jackson leading Riverton now 41-0. So Jackson looks like they will move on. That's in the third quarter. Howell is taking care of business on Lander 35-7. Cody has doubled up and then some on Worland 41-20. And Star Valley has beaten Douglas. It looks like in West Conference sweep in the 3As. Southeast has defeated Shoshone tonight as well, 25-6. And then I mentioned a score of epic proportions. Mountain View beating Wheatland 72-0. Bighorn defeated Wind River today 82-0 in the first round of the playoffs in 1A as Burnson powers one through the block off the timeout and will tally. 10 kills, Sage Burnson. Peyton Williams out, Mary Moyle back in. Mary, a 5'10 freshman from Midway, Utah, started a number of the very first games. Like I said, has missed the last 9 matches, played last night and had 12 kills. They'll free ball that one over by Lopez. Van Vossen, back row, Lurcher got a piece of it as she was charging in on it, and Harper will free ball it over. Back to the back set to Sage. That was better than my play-by-play description as I stutter all over myself. Aubrey back outside, Moyle, cross, Gourlay the dig. Sorensen back to Archuleta, sends it long and out. And out of the timeout, Central's got 2 points and a 2-point advantage, 18-16. It's 8 o'clock at KCWC FM Riverton. I'm John Gabrielson, Amanda Nicolau from the new media class providing our sights. As Harper stabs at that one, Archuleta off a block, picked up by Daffer. Back set, Van Vossen. Lurcher with some good digging back in the back row will free ball it back over. Aubrey to Carly. She'll have to tap it over. Sorensen had the first hit, so a nice job by Gourlay, who will dig up another one. Connor finds it right side corner and coming at it, and I'll take that. And Carly Connor will tally. Ball bounced right in my lap. 3 kills for Carly, and a 3-point lead Central out of the timeout. First 3 in a row. Sorensen sets. Nicely done as they set Lopez, and that's her first kill of the evening. (19-17) serving Brooke Lurcher. Moyle in, first kill of the night, Mary Moyle. She has a block and a kill, does Mary. Carly Connor out. Daffer to serve. Rasmussen along that front row. Daffer from Percival, Iowa. Overpass, crushed down by Ava Rasmussen. Thought that Coach Soto was going to be looking for a timeout, and now she will take it as she thought about it for a few seconds and then finally pulled the trigger on it. It's 8 o'clock at KCWC FM Riverton. Stay with us. Basket and more volleyball. We're still playing volleyball. We'll do that after this.
Rustler Radio comes to you from the support of the Pit Stop convenience stores in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. They feature Wyoming-made Sinclair gasoline. They also have a variety of drinks, snacks, ice, and more for your trip across town or the state. They also have pit stops in Cody and Powell. More can be found at gowithbailey.com. Pit Stop convenience stores in Fremont County.
KCWC FM Riverton.
Next up for Central will be Wednesday when they are in the first round of the Region 9 tournament. I will be making the trip, and I will bring it to you live on 88.1. Working out a deal to possibly be the voice of the game on the internet, so I could ruin 2 broadcasts, the internet broadcast and the radio broadcast, if they let me do it. It'd be nice to be able to be on that. Looking like, as I mentioned, right now playing Trinidad State, as they would be the 5 seed, but they do play Lamar tomorrow, and they are the 2 bottom teams of the conference, and Trinidad's only win came against Lamar, so if Lamar were to win that, they would go tiebreaker situation. But again, we still got more volleyball yet tomorrow to go. Harper blocked by Central. Back set. Lopez will send it long. Right side, Van Vossen. It hits the tape and rolls down in front of Sorensen. And out of the timeout, Central will build their biggest lead of the night again. Back to 5. Daffer. This was a 5-set marathon at Rock Springs back October 10th as Lurcher sends that one into the net, and Central their biggest lead of the night now of 6. In fact, it went 20-18 in Game 5, October 10th in Rock Springs. Short serve, Gourlay. Sorensen with a great up on that to give a set at it. Aubrey outside, Moyle off the touch. And a kill by Mary Moyle. That was a decent play by Brooke Lurcher, but nobody else there on the next hit. And it's game point Central, 24-17. Daffer serving game point to even it up at a game apiece. A shank, Harper though, and then finally free balled over. Van Vossen picks it up, set back to Moyle. Do they get a touch? No. And it's 24-18 now. Still game point. C-Dub. Down 1-0 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Harper shanked a bit by Burnson, and then a block at the front row by Lurcher. And Brooke is all business after that block as she determinedly comes back in. Timeout called by Coach Gallard with a 5-point lead still at game point. In a game of runs, you wouldn't think maybe that they would last that long, but she's going to call the timeout and put the troops back together. 24-19 is the score. Looking at some volleyball action, I mentioned that Lander was beaten by Pinedale, and they will come back to play tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in a shot to go to state. Kelly Walsh defeated Riverton in 3, and the third one was a kick-in. Kelly Walsh defeated Riverton 25-10, 25-16, and then 25-5. And Riverton will be in a battle to go to state at 1:30 tomorrow. They'll face the winner of Green River and Cody, who play at 10:30 tomorrow morning. 24-19 game point here. Van Vossen can't connect as it's dug back up in the back row. Sent over. Whatcott gets first hit, so Daffer will get the second. Mary Moyle with a roll shot, doesn't get over, and it's 24-20 now. Serving, Harper with a 4-point lead, still game point. They'll just make sure that it's over. Then Rasmussen says we're done here. And her high jumping kill off the set makes it 25-20, and we're tied at a game apiece. 1-1 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard as we'll head to game 3. Central is out in front of game 2, winning it 25-20. Game 3 on the way in just a few. This is Rustler Volleyball on 88.1.
College is hard enough without trying to figure out how to get there. WRTA Bus Lines has partnered with CWC to get you to and from class on time and for free. Simply show your CWC ID and get on or off the bus at the college. And now they have arranged for pickup from the CWC Lander Center. They'll also drop off at the Lander Center in the afternoon and evening from Riverton. Check out the bus schedule at WRTABuslines.com.
Support of Rustler Radio comes from Taco John's of Lander and Riverton, featuring the grilled stuffed taco. It's stuffed with layers on layers of savory stuff, like 100% American beef, nacho, and shredded cheese, and Taco John's signature hot sauce. With 9 layers of flavor, add potato olays and a drink, and you have 11 layers of unique flavors. Taco John's, 870 Main Street in Lander and 623 West Main Street in Riverton.
It's been said when you're driving your pickup truck in Wyoming, you feel like the quarterback leading your football team on a winning drive. I'm Craig Bull, coach of the Wyoming Cowboys. Every pickup driver holds the key to road trip success, a fastened seatbelt. Pickup trucks are twice as likely to roll over than cars in fatal crashes. Taking the time to buckle up every trip is the single most effective thing you can do to protect yourself in a crash. Buckle up in your pickup, every trip, every time, and go Pokes. This message is from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition.
Sponsorship of Wrestler Athletics on 88.1 comes from FlyRiverton.com, offering daily flights from Riverton Regional Airport to Sheridan and to Denver International in a 50-passenger jet. Fly Riverton is now a partner with United Airlines, which means you can book flights from Riverton to any of over 300 destinations serviced by United, and your luggage will be transferred automatically. The flight features in-cabin service, and TSA check-in at Riverton is included. More information can be found at FlyRiverton.com or at United.com.
Third game coming your way here on Rustler Media. Tied at a game apiece on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Other games tonight, Eastern is out in front of Northwest in game 3. They're tied at a game apiece as well. Eastern out in front 17-10 in game number 3 of that one. Sheridan College and LCCC are into game 2. I can't tell you who's winning now. I think LCCC won the first game. And then NJC is out in front of Trinidad 19-8. If you're a Western fan, they are going to be the number 1 seed regardless of what happens here tonight. And Western Wyoming will play at 3 o'clock versus the winner of McCook. And right now it's looking like Casper. And they will be playing at 3 o'clock Wednesday at NJC. Shout out to Lou Sweet. She's the athletic director down at Western. They had a basketball tournament going on there. Got to watch the women's game. Had a little tech difficulties in the second game. Hopefully they got that ironed out. I know she was working on it from what I understood from some of our compatriots here. But they've got a basketball tournament that they're going to sandwich a volleyball match in the middle tomorrow as Western will take on Casper tomorrow as Jada Wims. And you know, I got to maybe backtrack a little bit as Wims gets that one and will get her 9th kill of the night. If Central were to win tonight and then Casper beats Western tomorrow, they would be tied at 3s, but again, they would have the tiebreaker over Western, or over Eastern Wyoming, I mean. So I do think regardless of what happens this weekend, it's going to be Western as the number 1 seed. So I backtracked and then second-guessed my backtrack, and Western's your North Conference champions regardless of what happens due to the tiebreaker over Eastern Wyoming. 2-0 already here, though, as Michaela Sorensen serving. Peyton Williams, and that goes over the backboard, I guess. And Sorensen with the ace. And we're tied at a game apiece, but Western's bolted out to a 3-0 advantage here already in game number 3 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Sorensen serving again, goes at Glovax this time. Aubrey sets it outside to Burnson. She will slam it off of Jada Wims, and I think she is hurt as she grabs that left hand. She's got it black taped up anyway with some black tape, and I think she's in pain right now as Jada Wims. And the way it's looking, that might be a previous injury for her as that ball just skims the tape by Rasmussen. Archuleta will send it long. Burnson put that ball right off of Jada Wims, and it's her left hand, so I don't think it's her hitting hand, but I think that one's hurting her pretty good. Rasmussen to serve down 1. Sorensen has to go get that one. Lurcher down the line and in. Nice play by Brooke Lurcher. Should be Bailey Lurcher. Abby Harper checking back in. Kamiri Robinson checking in for Peyton Williams. Daffer back in as Rasmussen comes out to play the libero. Glovax to her knees, overpass. Wims will drop it down. Nice job by Robeson, and they'll call Sage on a double, as she's normally a spiker, not a setter. And it's 5-2. And a timeout called by Coach Gallard. We're tied at a game apiece. And again, I will mention that we will be on the road with the team in Sterling at the Region 9 tournament. NJC is 2 points away, which would make their record 6-3. Otero is 6-2, and they played tonight, but like I said, their web stream didn't work, so I don't know how that game turned out. Trinidad State would fall to 1-8, and they and Lamar play tomorrow at Trinidad State at 3 o'clock, so we can keep you up to date on that ball game. I guess we're not on the air tomorrow. We're done after tonight. I figure out how many more volleyball games I'm going to do. Great crowd here tonight. NJC a point away from beating Trinidad State. Ailtrip now beating Sheridan 9-4 in Game 2, leading 1-0. And Eastern is 2 points away from beating Northwest in Game 3. That would give Eastern a 2-1 lead in that one. We're at 5-2 in Game 3. Western out in front. Again, I'm John Gabrielson from Central Wyoming College, radio instructor. Amanda Nikoloff and the new media class of students putting together our camera work and directing in the booth. And that one would be a touch as Whatcott sends that one over on the second hit. And Aubrey will get her second kill of the night. Van Vossen back in. Aubrey Whatcott to serve. Aubrey works the fitness center in the mornings when I get my old bones up there to work out. So does Kamiri Robinson. And then last year it was an ace there by Whatcott. Last year it was Carly Connor. So get to know those girls very well. I maybe talk too much and lift too little, but absolutely love our student athletes here at CWC. Great kids as Whatcott sends it at Gourlay. Wims. Ball's going to ricochet off the light, and it's brought back. Great fortunate bounce off the beam, and then Wims will go to that deep corner again. She's smart. Jada Wims finds where the Rustlers ate, and she's got her 10th kill of the night. Sage still, her 11 is game high. And Wims will serve with a 6-4 Western lead. Sage, first hit. Whatcott sends it over on 2. Wims is there. Archuleta. Nice dig by Whatcott. Great second hit by Daffer and free-balled over by Central. Great scrappy play by the Iowa freshman who will dig another one. Outside Burnson over the top of the block. Another great dig by Lurcher, but then she can't get out of the way for somebody else to make a hit. And an even dozen now for Sage's Rage, who will come to serve, and Mary Moyle will check into the game along the front row as Kamiri Robinson will exit stage left. 6-5 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Central down by 1. Wims blocked by Connor and Moyle. Back the other way, Harper dug by Daffer, can't get over to it as Moyle. And Abigail Harper, kill number 4. Archuleta out, Lurcher in to serve. Western will host Casper tomorrow, and that's an ace. As Abby Van Vossen couldn't field it in front of us by Brooke Lurcher. 3 service errors, 6 aces tonight for Western. Aubrey outside, Moyle crosses. Good dig by Lurcher in the back row. Harper, cross, Daffer through her hands, and a kill by Harper. As Sage went after it with everything she had, but comes up short on the carom. 9-5 now. In favor of Western Wyoming. Aubrey brings it back. Free balled over by Moyle. Lopez dug, back row Burnson just clears the net, and a great dig on the other side. Harper, but picked up by Whatcott. Daffer gets the second hit. Sage from the back row goes deep. Gourlay back to Harper on the outside. Through a block. Nice dig by Burnson. And free ball back over by Moyle. Lurcher is there. Going to go to the outside. Harper. Nobody there to block, but Daffer will dig another one out of the back row. Moyle gets a touch. Lurcher was in the air on the back row, brings it back into play. Harper goes deep, but there's Burnson. Big rally here And Western will get another shot. Lopez in the middle. Nobody home for Central, and they win the point. Great volley and great job by Savannah Lopez, the sophomore from Henderson, Nevada, as she finds the empty corner that Western has found a bunch tonight here against Central. And now their biggest lead of the night at 10-5. Sage received, caught back to Van Vossen. She had to adjust her approach, and Lopez batted it down. 11-5 now. Central does have one timeout remaining, and both timeouts for Coach Fred Ansoto. Again, as they mentioned, they lost 6 or so of their first 7, and then went on a 14-match attack as she changed up positions more than personnel. Harper dug by Burnson. Watcott outside Moyle, through a block and connect. Central finally getting back at it, as they are now down by 5. They were down by 6 a moment ago. Final scores coming in all over tonight. There's an ace by Jaden Daffer, who is fired up after that ace. Fifth ace of the night by Central. They do have 6 service errors, but 4 of them came in the first set alone. Ball brought over on a roll shot by Harper. Nice dig by Daffer, and Sage gets a swing at it but sends it wide, and it's 12-7. NJC has closed out Trinidad State tonight in 3. On the south side of the bracket, Rasmussen. Lurcher blocked by Central. Nope, they'll call 4 hits. And it will be CWC side out and point. Glovax in for Van Vossen. 12-8, Western out in front. We are tied at a game apiece. We are in game 3. Riverton now trailing Jackson 48-0 in the fourth quarter of that first round playoff game. Lander trailing 35-14 to Powell, and there's a connection by Lopez again, as she kind of sent it through the block and shrugs her shoulders after she watches it go through and tally. I don't think that was very well hit, but she got enough of it. Snake River volleyball team is in the house watching Kirsten Gourlay. I think that's... Not sure, as Rasmussen sends it wide and out. Snake River playing in the 1A regionals here in town. It's at the Riverton High School as Snake River, and see some Snake River fans cheering on Kirsten Gourlay. And now out to a 6-point lead now as Gourlay and the Mustangs. That might have been a double as it hit her and then hit her head, but they let it play. Great job by Daffer nonetheless. Good chicken wing by Glovax. Moyle from the 10-foot line. They just haven't got very many attacks as Wims craters another one on the Rustlers. Central just has not had very many attacks in this set. They do have 5 kills, but they just have had trouble getting their passes and the receive and that kind of stuff going on, and as a result, they trail by 7. 15-8. Coach Gallard uses her final timeout of the third game. Tied at a game apiece. We'll be back after this timeout. You're listening and watching Rustler Volleyball on Rustler Radio.
Rustler Sports is brought to you in part by Expressway Lube of Riverton and Lander. They offer the 10-minute oil change. They also perform maintenance on all types of vehicles. Expressway Lube at 315 South Federal Boulevard in Riverton or 8126 Highway 789 in Lander. No appointment necessary at Expressway Lube.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is proud of all student athletes. From hard-hitting football fields to commanding on the courts and across the beautiful cross-country treks, Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is your biggest fan. Wind River Cares offers services specific to your athletic needs. Conveniently located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton, with more information found online at windrivercares.com.
Back to volleyball. Central trailing 15-8 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Tied at a game apiece here on sophomore night from Central. And nobody utilizing the comment section to the right to send a shout out. So there we go. Eastern has beaten Northwest 25-15, and they lead 2-1. That ball game at Powell. Sheridan leading, LCCC leading Sheridan. As there's a block by Wims now. That one's 21-11, as LCCC looking like they will take down Sheridan tonight. Jada Wims with a block, and serving still is Kirsten Gourlay with an 8-point lead now. Whatcott back sets Rasmussen, blocked. Glovax will play it. It might have been out, but too close to tell. She plays it anyway. Wims off a block of Moyle. We'll get another one. 9 kills already in this set for Western to 5 for Central. Central also does not have a block in this stanza as well. For the match, we're dead even at 28 kills apiece. And that is by my stat keeping, and you know how well I do that and talk at the same time, but I'm fairly close. Whatcott sends it deep. Gourlay got a piece of it, but Aubrey will tally. And Kamiri Robinson will serve, down by 8, 17-9. Robinson missed it. That judge calling a touch. And they're going to give the point. Kamiri went after it, missed it. Sage Bernson talking to the captain. The official the furthest away from the play called the touch. And they'll give the kill to Western. And they will build back up a 9-point lead. Ball is touched. Great job by Glovax to cover. Kamiri from the back row crushes one, and it's called out. Western with a 10-point advantage here in game number 3, leading tied at 2s, and that serve goes deep by Sorensen. That is the first service error of since the first game. They had 3 in the first game and have not had any since then. That's their first since game number 1 for Western. 19-10, Wims through the block. Picked up by Rasmussen, outside Bernson. Over the top, Gourlay goes to get it. Rasmussen has to go get it. And Kirsten Gourlay showing why she's the second best digger in reach at 9 as she goes after that one. Great job by Gourlay. Gallard is out of timeouts, is Central, as they trail 20-10, and it may be too little too gone anyway. Down by 10 with 5 to go here in set number 2. Lurcher serving. Aubrey back sets Carly down the line. Gourlay getting another touch on that one. Connor with the kill. 4 kills for Carly Connor. Glovax out, Rasmussen in. Whatcott to serve, down by 9. Back set. Lurcher, ball going to hit the beam again and be fortunate for Central, but they can't get another hit on it. And that kill by Lurcher. Burnson touched, and she just tapped it through, and she gets it to go. Here comes Mary Moyle back into the ball game as Kamiri Robinson will come out. 21-12. Again, down 9 with 4 to go. Central on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard, and Sage puts that into the net. And that'll be service error number 7 on C-Dub, and Brooke Lurcher will serve up 10. Daffer received. They'll go middle. Connor, and that'll be a great dig out by Sorensen, but then Van Vossen puts it off of Harper. Boy, Sorensen played that perfectly out of the net. But it was an overpass, and Sorensen, Van Vossen crushes it. That's the best play out of the net I've seen this year by Sorensen, because that ball just sailing out of the net is just something that befuddles so many players, but Sorensen was all over that one. And there's a kill from the backside that gets past Sage Burnson. 8 kills by Bailey Lurcher. Taylin Thompson's going to check back into the back row. She'll play for Sage Burnson.
That's 8 subs total.
23-13. Harper to serve. Short. Ace. As it just hit the tape, nobody else could get to it. Ace number 7 for the Mustangs, their 3rd of the set. Game point. Back set, Van Vossen tried to tap it over. Harper goes to get it, and Sorensen will free ball it over. Rasmussen gets it back, and she'll be blocked. They'll call it a 4. And that's how this 3rd game will come to an end as Western hammers the Rustlers 25-13. And we are at 2-1. Western out in front of CWC on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard at 8:30 in the evening. Stay with us. We'll be back. Game number 4 is on tap. Western out in front, 2-1 here on 88.1.
Sports are brought to you by Riverton RV, now offering mobile RV service. No need to find time to hook up and drive your rig to them. They'll come to you. For all those things that might have taken a beating this summer, Riverton RV and their mobile repair service. 856-6010. That's 856-6010. Or open 24/7 online at rivertonrv.com.
Football players without shoulder pads and helmets are like you in a vehicle without your seatbelt. I'm Craig Bull, coach of the Wyoming Cowboys. Safety equipment is important on the football field as well as every time you climb behind the wheel of your vehicle. Safety equipment helps prevent serious injuries in football. The big hits delivered on you during a crash will be minimized when you wear your seatbelt. We want you to be safe. Buckle up for your family, every trip, every time, and go Pokes. This message is from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition.
The Rustler season kickoff basketball camp will take place on November 9th and 10th at the CWC Gymnasium. We encourage all kindergarten through 8th grade boys, girls to come and attend camp. You can register at ourrecreation.com. This is a great opportunity to enhance your basketball skills and develop relationships with the CWC coaching staff and players. It's a CWC Rustler season kickoff basketball camp taking place on November 9th and 10th from 9 to 11. Visit ourrecreation.com for more information and to register online.
That is our head coach, Brad Schmidt, as they were victorious today, 81-68 over Lamar. And they will play again tomorrow at 12 noon at Western Wyoming College. They had to move those games up. They'll play games at 10 and 12, and then Their volleyball match is set to begin at 3 as Casper will be at Western. And then Western Wyoming College will play women's and men's basketball after. So a little matinee volleyball in the middle of a basketball tournament down there in Western Wyoming. KCWC, this radio station, will be in Sterling, Colorado next week. We'll bring you 2 events. The Rustler men's basketball team will take on NJC on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. You can listen live, our pregame around 6:45 Tuesday night. And then we'll also be there for the Region 9 volleyball tournament that begins Wednesday morning. Check rustlerathletics.com and our Rustler Radio Facebook page for game times and links to listen. And right now, my best estimate is Central playing at 10 in the morning on Wednesday against Trinidad State, as it seems like everything seems to be falling in place for that type of thing. LCCC is leading Sheridan 2-0. They lead 2 games. They lead 2-1 on the scoreboard now, but they're up 2-0 in that one. Eastern took game number 3 from Northwest, 25-15. They lead 2-1. They are also up 18-10 in game 3. So, like I said, any hopes of Central coming out with a somewhat of a tie is fading on them. They would have had to win this first against Western, and they trail right now 2-1. I often wonder what visiting teams think when they come in and they see that we've got 2 TV cameras on the floor and the 2 key TV cameras up above, if that seems to make any difference on performance and psychological. But Jada Wims kind of dancing for the camera right there says, nope, I think they're okay with it. So that then you can see also Shelby Squires dancing there a little bit as well a moment ago. 2-1 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. A block by Wims and Archuleta to start the 4th set. And the number 1 blocking team, I'm going to have to go through this more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. That one is deep and in by Sage Burnson, just found inside the line. Glowbacks in for Peyton Williams. Unofficially, I have Sage at 14 kills right now. And we're tied at we're tied at 1 apiece here. In game 4, a step block by Carly Connor as she drilled that one right back at Archuleta. 5 blocks for Carly Connor to go with 4 kills this evening. Boy, that one was with some authority as it was hit hard by Archuleta and hit right back at her hard by Carly Connor. 2-1 Central. Shank by Gourlay. That's a rare shank by that libero, as she is usually very, very solid back there. And Aubrey Whatcott with her first ace of the night. 6th ace for Central to counter their 7 service errors. Gourlay received, shanked a bit again as Sorensen will go get it, and then a roll shot by Lurcher is out. And Central with a 4-1 lead now. Again, more finals pouring in for high school football playoffs. We'll get you some of those when we get another moment as Wims sets it over. Whatcott brings it back, but Carly can't get at it. And it's 4-2. Thunder Basin and Campbell County, the 2 high schools in Gillette, are at 24-20 with 1:40 left to play in that ball game. I'm not sure who has the ball, but boy, what an upset that would be if Campbell County could beat Thunder Basin in the first round of the 4A playoffs as Connor with a tap. Gourlay is there. Another play out of the net by Sorensen. Wims looks for that corner, but Central's got that one covered, and then Carly Connor with her 5th kill of the night. they're not the conference front runners for nothing. You've got Gourlay that vacuums up everything on that back row, and then Sorensen has played two of the best I've seen out of the net all season long. And they right now are trailing 5-2 as Wims comes from behind Archuleta and puts it into the bottom of the net. And it's 6-2 Central. And like I said, Jada Wims is only 5'8", but that girl can sky. And you can hear in the background a timeout called by Fred Ansoto. 6-2 the score. Let's go look at some of those finals in high school football tonight. 3A was a sweep for the West Conference as Star Valley beat Douglas. Jackson didn't shut out Riverton, but it was close, 48-6. Powell trounced Lander 41-14. Cody pummeled Worland 55-26. Star Valley took apart Douglas 45-12. And so the four ranked teams, well, I guess Lander was ranked higher than Powell and had the number one seed, but it was all West in that one. Shoshone was beaten by Southeast 25-6. So football in Fremont County is over. Another notable, Snake River beating KC 59-0, and the Rattlers tie the state record for most consecutive wins by a shutout. And like I said at last report, Thunder Basin was leading Campbell County 24-0, and that game has now went final as Thunder Basin staves off the upset by their crosstown rivals from Campbell County. So that is football for the night. Out of the timeout, 6-2 Central. Sorensen to Wims, blocked by Moyle. And Central now with a 7-2 advantage. They lost game 3 25-13 after they won game 2 25-20. Western won the first 26-24. They go at Harper. Sorensen will send it back to Archuleta. She'll be blocked by Moyle, and then she'll chicken wing it back up herself. Moyle with a dig on the backside. Globac's cross. Sorensen gets the first hit, so she might get the third too, but Archuleta will send it over just inside of the antenna. Connor off the touch block. Sorensen gets the second hit. They'll send it back out to Harper. Through the block and off of Moyle. And Harper will get her sixth kill of the evening. 7-3. Central out in front in game number 4. 2-1 on that Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Eastern is 2 points away from taking out Northwest tonight. And that pretty much solidifies Central as a 4 seed playing at 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning. Nice dig by Daffer, leaves some skin. Burnson from the back row off the tape and kill it. 15 kills, Sage Burnson. She leads everybody on the court. Jada Wims has 13. 8-3 Central, Jaden Daffer to serve. She'll go at Harper. Daffer will get another set to the back row. Burnson shanks it off of Sorensen. And Sage from the back row. Shout out from Jaden Daffer to Karen Shaw, an ex-co-worker at the Lewis and Clark Center. So that was the shout out from Jaden Daffer to one of her co-workers from back in the day. And she'll get an ace. Will Jaden Daffer. Second ace of the night by the Sydney Cowgirl. She loves to sing. I can't believe we, well, I know there's 3 or 4 of them that like to sing. I thought maybe we'd have some of our players sing the national anthem, but not so much. 10-3 Central out in front here in game number 4, trailing 2-1. Back set, Archuleta stuffed by Moyle, brought back up, sent back over. Moyle roll shot from the other side, as that is Joaquina Kona. She'll be blocked. She'll try it again. Another block by Mackie McDonald. Central's got a wall built up there. Archuleta, touch block by Central. They're getting hands on everything now. Back set, Globac's touch, but blocked hard by Lopez. And she says no soup for you and crushes that one down. That was a good volley. Central doing now what Western did in the last set, and that was not letting anything get past the net, and if it did, they didn't let it hit the floor. 10-4 Lurcher serving. The middle set, Mackey And free balled over by Lurcher after Sorensen got a second hit. McDonald again. Lurcher in the back row. Sent over and shoveled over by Sorensen for the kill. Nice job by Michaela. Second kill of the night for the Smithfield, Utah sophomore. 10-5. Serving. Brooke Lurcher. Aubrey punches it over with her fist. Sorensen back outside to Joaquina Kona. Touched by Central, dug up by Whatcott. Glovax with a tip, but Lopez is there. Blocked at the net by Moyle again. Back row Lurcher. Sage is there. Aubrey sends it deep corner. Joaquina Kona touched by Whatcott to keep it in play. Moyle goes in front of Lurcher. Back outside Joaquina Kona. Ball goes off the rafters and Joaquina Kona, Joaquina Kona will get the kill. First kill of the night for the 5'8 freshman from Hawaii. 10-6 now as Coach Soto called the timeout. And they have battled their way back to then workable numbers. Moyle touched. Great job by Lurcher and free balled over. Boy, fantastic play by Brooke Lurcher. Mackie McDonald blocked by Sorensen. Great battle back by Rock Springs. And to say that they're not Rock Springs, they're Western, they're from Rock Springs, but still, to say that they're scrappy is an understatement. They, as I mentioned, don't let a whole lot hit the floor. Joaquina Kona goes deep corner. Moyle got it. Nice set. Glovax. Gourlay. Lurcher is going to come over. Great play. Mackey with a tap. Lurcher is there. Sorensen. And that one's shoveled over by Lopez and score it. Unbelievable play. Just to amplify the point I say about Western not letting anything hit the floor, they come out and completely illustrate it with that series of events right there. 10-8, the score. I'm going to stay here and let you in on this, as I don't want you to miss the Rustler Sports Report talk show. It's interviews with the players and coaches of Central. It's every Tuesday and Thursday morning. Joel Kindle and I talk about all things CW sports, scores, schedules. We have interviews with the players and the coaches. It's on 88.1. You can listen online through our Rustler Radio Facebook page. You can also catch the show on demand. If you go to rustlerathletics.com, up in that right-hand corner, you can click on Rustler Minute, and you can catch past issues and the on-demand. And that is the Rustler Sports Report talk show every Tuesday and Thursday morning here on 88.1. 10-8 the score. Central up by 2. But a very ingenuitive defensive squad from Western coming out there and battling their way back into this ball game. 2-1 on the big board on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard in favor of Western. Eastern has defeated Northwest, so Northwest will drop to 2-9. Eastern will go to 8-3, and that will pretty much lock up perhaps the number 2 seed, as Joaquina Kona is blocked by McDonald. Lopez goes cross, and they'll call Central in the net, and it's a 1-point game. Well, LCCC, I think, may have something to say about if Sheridan can beat Eastern tomorrow. Mackie McDonald will knock that ball off of Lopez and stop the bleeding for now, as Mackie will get her first kill of the night for Mackie McDonald. Coach Soto had to go retrieve that ball behind us. Serving Peyton Williams. Peyton says, shout out to her parents, the Parents Savings and Loan, she called it. As they'll go back set Lopez. Peyton digs it. Moyle, hard block. Moyle punches it back into the net. Mackie McDonald will send it over. Lopez blocked again by Central. That one was by Mackie. Joaquina Kona in front of a diving Daffer will get her second kill of the night. And it's 11-10. What looked like a 10-3 on the way to a shellacking in this one turns into a very tight ball game again. Mackie on the back set. Great dig by Lurcher. Aubrey sends it over in 2. Gourlay is there. Cross court, Lurcher almost hits the coach for Central, and it's 12-10. Squires back in for Joaquina Kona. Central with Maddie May back in for Mary Moyle. So the M&M connection, one M&M for another. Short serve by Maddie May into the net. And that is Central's first service error since their lone service error in game 2. And it brings them back within 1, serving Kirsten Gourlay. Both Riverton and Lander volleyball will have to play in games for state tomorrow. Lander will do theirs at 10. Riverton will play it at 1:30. And that's a kill by Lurcher. Bailey with 9 kills. And we're dead even now at 12 apiece. This was 10-3 Central early in this set, and then as Western comes storming back into it. Maddie May receives. Whatcott to Burnson. She'll tap it. And great effort by Western to get 3 hits on it, but none of them got higher than the bottom of the net and don't go over. And it's 13-12. Central back out in front. Mackie McDonald serving. Middle, they'll call a double on Sorensen on the set, and it's 14-12 now. Mackie still serving. Wants to be an elementary teacher. Didn't have a shout out on her shout out list that I put to the kids, as that one goes deep and out by McDonald. Nine service errors by Central. They trail 2 games to 1. They lead game 4 though, 14-13. Outside Sage cross, Gourlay, it's an overpass, and it will go into the net, and Burnson will connect for number 18. Again, she had 28 last week, which is a new single game modern day record for kills. Kaylin Dahlke had 23. Kiara Skinner had 23 at one point, at least to 2012. There's not individual game logs that I can find from there. And I'm not sure why there wasn't a carry called, but Sorensen gets the kill to Wims. And Coach Darshea Gallard asking for the same thing. And it's 15-14. Bailey Lurcher serving at Burnson. Whatcott goes outside Glovax. Gourlay through her hands, and Glovax kill number 3 for Alicia Glovax. Mary Moyle back in for Maddie May. 16-14 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Also, big thanks to Expressway Lube. They'll be our halftime sponsor in basketball, and not much of a halftime in volleyball, but we'll give them a shout out as Joaquina Kona will get the kill as that ball hits the top of the net and falls down in front of Mary Moyle. Joaquina Kona has come on in this 4th set. She has 4 kills. And it's 16-15. Jada Wims serving. One of the captains on this team. Flies one to the back row. Back set Glovax. Blocked, but pulled back up by Daffer and free-balled over by Sage Burnson. Joaquina Kona, cross, Daffer again. Moyle, roll shot. at the net. Connor knocks it down. Carly with her 6th kill of the night. Looking through Carly, 9 kills is her top. I have her for 5 blocks, which is also her game high as a Rustler. Daffer with a 2-point lead, serving at Joaquina Kona. Archuleta dug by Burnson. Aubrey goes back and get it, and they're going to call Central over the line as Lopez went down, and it's 17-16. Lurcher back in for Archuleta. This is Brooke, twin sister of Bailey, numbers 5 and 6. 1-point game. Moyle, cross. Gourlay goes and gets it on a second hit, and then Lurcher will send it on a free ball. They'll go back row. Burnson. That's an overpass there. Pushed down by Mary Moyle. And Central will get another point and lead by 2. Peyton Williams checking back in for Alicia Glovax. 18-16. Central, as I mentioned, built a 10-3 lead in this set, and it's been nip and tuck ever since we got back to about the 12-11 mark. Joaquina Kona, another kill from the outside, her 5th. Ramsey Joaquina Kona, 5'8" freshman from Hawaii, 5 kills on the match, all of them in this 4th stanza. 18-17, and she will serve on top of that. Central up by 1, that's an ace, and we're tied. Not sure if Soto was just keeping her fresh till this set and then unleashing the beast or what, because she has come out on fire, and we'll get a timeout called by Central, their last one of the set, as we are tied at 18 apiece. Take a break and come back in a moment.
Here in Central Wyoming, our Rustlers don't just envision groundbreaking work, they're part of it. Our Rustlers are storytellers of the stage. And at CWC, our Rustlers aren't just part of the school, they're part of the community. Not only in Riverton, the Jackson, Lander, and the Wind River Reservation. If you're ready to be a Rustler, check out more at cwc.edu and make your way out here at Central Wyoming College.
Sponsorship of Rustler Athletics on 88.1 comes from FlyRiverton.com, offering daily flights from Riverton Regional Airport to Sheridan and to Denver International in a 50-passenger jet. Fly Riverton is now a partner with United Airlines, which means you can book flights from Riverton to any of over 300 destinations serviced by United, and your luggage will be transferred automatically. The flight features in-cabin service, and TSA check-in at Riverton is included. More information can be found at FlyRiverton.com or at United.com.
Thanks to all of our sponsors for support of not only Rustler Athletics, but Rustler Radio, your campus-run, student-run radio station. Also part of the new media degree, and our Professor Amanda Nikoloff high above Rustler Gym, working on that camera view you just saw there as they'll go Mackie McDonald through the block, covered. And then 2 players run into each other. Lurcher came over the back of Lopez. And out of the timeout, Central will score. Squires back into the ball game. 5'7" freshman from Idaho Falls. 19-18, Maddie May back in to serve. Central by 1, trying to force a 5th and decider. Lurcher through the block, dig by Maddie May, and then Mackie McDonald through the block of Lopez will score. Second kill of the night, Mackie McDonald, and it's now a 2-point lead Central. And Fred Ann Soto says, let's not let this get any further out of touch, and she'll burn her final timeout. And it's 20-18. Look at some final football scores on the night. 3 finals in 4A. Thunder Basin held off Campbell County 24-20. Sheridan destroyed Kelly Walsh. East knocks off Natrona 35-14. Central's trailing Rock Springs right now 16-7. Rock Springs has played some very close games this football season, and right now they're out in front of Cheyenne Central in that one. Last score report, though, was from the third quarter. Star Valley, Jackson, Cody, and Powell all advance in 3A. Mountain View, Burns, Thermopolis, and Buffalo all advance in 2A. Bighorn Southeast, Upton, Sundance, and Cokeville advancing in 1A 11-man, and then Hannah Elk Mountain, Lingle Fort Laramie knocked off Burlington in an upset. Hewlett beats Farson, and then Snake River shuts out KC to win in shutout fashion there as well. Jackson knocked off Riverton. Lander was beaten by Powell. Southeast defeated Shoshone. Lurcher, deep corner, but dug by Maddie May as we're back to action. That ball goes down the lane, or down the line rather. Central wanting a touch everywhere, but no touches. They're going to call the line judges in. Not exactly what for. I mean, these line judges have done this. If they didn't see a touch, they didn't call a touch. So, but the referee is going to go talk to the line judges. We've had a couple of referees that have overridden our line judges, and a lot of Central kids wanting touches on that. I'm not sure what we're going to come out of with this confab here. It's a big point because Western's either down 3 or it's a 1-point game. They will give the touch, and Central gets the point. And who got the kill? I didn't remember who got the kill. Amanda, we need instant replay on our. Maddie May serving again, as I mentioned, now a big 3-point lead. Lurcher blocked by Central, but she got it to fire through. And Bailey Lurcher with her 10th kill of the night. Jada Wims has 13. Cuts the lead back to 2, 21-19. Maddie May receives. Whatcott sending it out to Burnson. She will be blocked by Sorensen. Nice block by Sorensen, her 3rd of the night. They are the #1 blocking team, and they're also the #1 hitting percentage team in Region 9. Central is 3rd in hitting percentage, but 6th out of 7 teams in blocking is Central, but they have done a good job blocking here tonight. Back set, McDonald, touch block by Western. They'll send it to Lurcher. She'll throw it over to Daffer. Back over to the other side. Burnson goes deep, and we're tied at 21. Western trying to come back and close this one out on the road tonight and put a spoiler on sophomore night to the Rustlers. They lead 2-1, and we're tied at 21 apiece in game number 4 on the Papa Murphy's Pizza scoreboard. Peyton Williams received. Whatcott to the back row. Maddie May with some confusion got it over. Lurcher is going to put that one in front of the coach on the line, and it's now a 1-point Western lead at 22-21. They have rattled off 4 straight since going down after that touch call that was a confab by the officials. Burnson blocked again, but Daffer covers. Great job to the backside. Burnson again. Squires with a dig. Wims throws it deep corner again and tallies. She has 14 kills, and I'll bet 6 of them have been just like that tonight. And Western closing in on match point. And if they do, they will win the title outright, no tiebreakers, as Burnson with another great dig by Squires. Great job by 2 setters there, Whatcott and Sorensen, who fired it off of Aubrey. Back to the outside, Lurcher. Blocked by McDonald, and that'll score for Central and stop the bleeding. 5 straight by Western, and it's stopped by Mackey on the block. 23-22, Western by 1. Again, as I mentioned, leading 2-1. That's Squires. Sorensen, back set, Wims. He'll dink it over, but it's brought up by Williams. Back row, Maddie May puts it into the tape, and it's match point. Western. Archuleta in for Lurcher. Those twins from Morgan, Utah. 24-22 match point. Sorensen to serve. Serves deep. Maddie made a Watcott. She catches him napping, and Aubrey will get kill number 5. It's still match point, though, at 24-23, and Aubrey Watcott will serve. Aubrey goes deep corner. Lurcher, Sorensen to Wims. She'll set it over. Central, can they get an attack to bring it even? Carly blocked. Watcott saves the day. Burnson over the block. Touch. Squires gets it outside. Lurcher. Game over. 12 kills by Bailey Lurcher. And that one sends it into the night at 25-23. A well-played match by both teams. And Western showing why they are the Region 9 North champions as they avenged 2 losses to Central earlier in the season. One on the first day of the season, the second on October 10th. And they now go to 22-9 on the season. They are 10-1. That is their 5th W in a row. I think it's got to be more than that, actually, since they last played Central. But 5 wins in a row for Western. And they are 10-1, and they are the outright champions of the North, as they, even if they lose tomorrow, will still have one less loss than anybody else on the team. So congratulations to Fred Ann Soto and the Western Mustangs for their North championship. And they will not play until 3 o'clock on Wednesday, and they will play the winner of the South 4 and North 5, which North 5 is going to be Casper regardless, and it looks like McCook from the other side, and they'll play their game at 10 o'clock in the morning. Final score here tonight, Western defeating Central 3-1. And as I mentioned, they are the conference champions as they take down Central. Central will drop to 6-6 and finish out 500 on the conference portion of their season. They're now 13-16 overall. A 2-game win streak is snapped, and they'll take a 1-game loss into the tournament, where, as I mentioned, tentatively right now, they will play at 10 o'clock Wednesday morning against most likely Trinidad State, and that will be at NJC in Sterling, Colorado, the site of the Region 9 North Championship. Stay with us. Your Click It or Ticket postgame show is coming up next, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, reminding you to buckle up every trip, every time. Please buckle up. We'll give you some final stats and some final scores, and we'll send you off into the Wyoming night after this. Central goes down. Western wins it 3-1. They're conference champs. We'll come back with the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show right after this.
The Sports Scoreboard for Rustler Radio is sponsored by Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza. Customize any pizza with your favorite toppings, crust, and complete the order with a salad and a dessert. Our pizza, your oven. Not as crazy as it sounds. Papa Murphy's Pizza of Riverton, 1020 North Federal next to Dollar Tree at 856-TAKE. That's 856-8253 and online at papamurphys.com. Gales Carpet One supports CWC and Rustler Athletics. These competitors are more than athletes, they're students too, and Gales knows that is important on so many levels. Gales Carpet One is proud to invest in our community college and Rustler athletes. They wish the best to the Rustlers this season. Located in downtown Riverton, on Facebook, or online at galescarpet1riverton.com.
Football players without shoulder pads and helmets are like you in a vehicle without your seatbelt. I'm Craig Bull, coach of the Wyoming Cowboys. Safety equipment is important on the football field as well as every time you climb behind the wheel of your vehicle. Safety equipment helps prevent serious injuries in football. The big hits delivered on you during a crash will be minimized when you wear your seatbelt. We want you to be safe. Buckle up for your family, every trip, every time, and go Pokes. This message is from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition.
Final scores on the night in favor of Western. They would win the first 26-24. Central won the second 25-20. And then coming back was Western. They kind of handled the third game 25-23. Central jumped out to a 10-3 lead in game 4, but watched Western storm back and then take a lead at 22-21. They never gave it back. They win 25-23 tonight, and that is 3-1. And again, as I mentioned earlier, Western winning the outright North Conference Championship. Congratulations to Fred Ansoto. 10-1. They still have one game to go. It's sophomore night tomorrow. Tentatively set for 3 o'clock, but they'll be sandwiched in between some basketball games tomorrow at Western Wyoming College. So perhaps a little bit later, but 3 o'clock is their start time for that. Sheridan College took game 3 from LCCC. And they are going on in game 4 right now. It is 2-1. LCCC leading Sheridan in that ball game. That one really of no consequence except for LCCC. If they were to lose both, they still would only have 6. They have the tiebreaker over Central, so CW will be the number 4 seed regardless as we look ahead. Now let's take a look at some final stats in tonight's ball game. How about Sage Burnson? 18 kills tonight for Sage, 2 blocks and 2 aces for Sage, the freshman out of Utah. Aubrey Whatcott, 5 kills tonight. She had 2 blocks, a number of assists. I'm not talented enough to keep track of those at the same time as the rest of it. Carly Connor, 6 kills tonight, 5 blocks by my tally. Mary Moyle, 4 kills and 2 blocks. Abby Van Vossen, 2 kills and a block. Mackie McDonald, 2 kills and a block. Aubrey Whatcott had 2 blocks as well, and 2 blocks for Ava Rasmussen with 4 kills, 3 kills by Alicia Glovax. And by my tally, dead even in kills tonight, 44 apiece on that stat. Central got the better of the number 1 blocking team in the conference, though, as I had it at about 9-5 in the blocking. 8 aces for Western tonight, 7 aces for Central. Central, though, did have 9 service errors to just 4 service errors by the Western Mustangs. Leading the way for the Mustangs, Jada Wims, 14 kills tonight with a block, 12 kills for Bailey Lurcher, including the game winner at the end here tonight. Other kills, Joaquina Kona had 5 kills, all in that 4th set. Savannah Lopez had 4 kills in the match, 6 for Abby Harper, a couple for Michaela Sorensen, and 1 for Brooke Lurcher in this contest as, again, Western gets the better of the Rustlers tonight. 3-1, your final score here from CWC. Looking ahead next, again, Western will play tomorrow at home at around 3 o'clock. It's their sophomore night, and they will entertain Casper College, and pretty much everything is solidified there. Casper will end up as the 5 seed regardless. Western ends up as the conference champions regardless of what happens in that game tomorrow as well. Central's going to end up 4th no matter what happens with LCCC and their matches. The only flipperoo may be Eastern and LCCC if one of them were to lose to Sheridan and Northwest, but everything is pretty much set. So with that, Central most likely playing at 10 a.m. Wednesday morning versus Trinidad State. Trinidad plays Lamar, and they may flip-flop the 5 and 6 spots on the south side if Lamar were to win, and then a tie-breaking scenario, and I do not know what that is because their only wins would be over each other, so we'll have to check out what the tie-breaking scenario is on that. But coming up tomorrow, CWC is on the road. They'll play at Western Wyoming College in basketball, the women taking on Colorado Northwestern. That game will be at 10 o'clock. And then at noon, it will be Central taking on Western Wyoming College, and that will be at, as I mentioned, at high noon at Western Wyoming College. And we have links to watch those online via our Rustler Radio Facebook page. So with that, I'm going to send you back into the night. Thanks to our scoreboard sponsor, Papa Murphy's Pizza, also our halftime sponsor of Halftime of Volleyball. They'll get more airtime here in the basketball season, Expressway Lube. Also, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, our postgame sponsor, as you are in the postgame show here tonight. Western wins it 3-1 here at CWC, and our conference champions out of the north. They'll take the number 1 seed into Region 9 play next week at Sterling, Colorado, and I'll be there for that live on the air as well. Joel Kindle not with me, but for Joel Kindle, I'm John Gabrielson. And thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media class for providing the sights and sounds here from Rustler Gym all season long in volleyball, and we'll see them when we get into the basketball season as well. This has been your post-game show and a presentation of Rustler Media. For Joel Kindle, I'm John Gabrielson. Have a great night. Thanks for being a part of Rustler Volleyball on Rustler Media.
Are you wanting to attend CWC in 2020? If so, you will want to apply for scholarships. The first step is to apply for federal aid by going to fafsa.gov. Then you will want to apply for scholarships by going to cwc.edu/scholarships. Both the FAFSA and the scholarship application are open now. If you need assistance or have questions, call us at 855-2119 or visit cwc.edu. You can also text scholarships to 855-2119. Remember, by applying earlier, you increase the chance of receiving funding, so apply today.
It's been said when you're driving your pickup truck in Wyoming, you feel like the quarterback leading your football team on a winning drive. I'm Craig Bull, coach of the Wyoming Cowboys. Every pickup driver holds the key to road trip success, a fastened seatbelt. Pickup trucks are twice as likely to roll over than cars in fatal crashes. Taking the time to buckle up every trip is the single most effective thing you can do to protect yourself in a crash. Buckle up in your pickup, every trip, every time, and go Pokes. This message is from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition.